Hi, I'm Randi Whitman, and I'm here at Frog Temple Pilates in Chicago. And today we are going to do a 20-minute workout to support your back. So we're going to learn all about back health and the importance of core strength, glute strength, hip mobility, and flexibility in order to keep a strong spine and keep you upright with beautiful posture. So let's get started. Make sure you have a mat, a bottle of water, maybe a towel, and come on over to your bottom. Have a seat. So we're going to start with holding onto your hamstrings with your knees softly bent. Take a big breath in through your nose. And on your exhale, start to curl back, rounding your spine. And we're going to stay right here in this rounded C shape. And just let your back open up a little bit to start. Shift your ribs a little one way and the other, supporting yourself, holding with your hands. So we'll ease our way into core strengthening. And then bring yourself back up, sit up tall, lift your chin a little bit, and do that again. Round your spine, feel the shoulder blades widen. Shift your weight left, shift your weight right. Just kind of easing your way in. And then pull yourself back up, sitting nice and tall. Take a breath in again. And on your exhale, we're rounding down. We'll go a little bit lower this time to your low back and come right back up. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, use your abdominal muscles to curl back. And again, inhale up, maybe let go. And exhale, curl a little bit lower towards your shoulder blades. Inhale back up, and then lay all the way down and let your head rest on your mat. So we're going to straighten the legs out, shake those legs out a little bit, and take your arms up and back all the way. Stretch yourself out long, circling your feet, circling your hands, circling the other way. And then just pull your right knee in towards you. So we're going to start to stretch the hips, stretching the glutes and the low back. Take a breath in here. And on your exhale, just stretch that leg up to the ceiling. Wherever you can get to is fine. Bend your knee, inhale. Exhale, stretch it up. And do that again. We're going to hold on the whole time so you don't have to use your hip flexors to support your leg up here. You want to turn off those hip flexors in order to get to your deep core and use glutes and hamstrings instead of hip flexors and quads. So all the way up and then bend. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Just bend that knee in. Shake your knee out first. Just let your hip loosen up. And then reach through the center and pull your left leg towards you in this figure 4 stretch. So this is an awesome stretch for your right hip, the leg that's crossed over. And if you can only hold the hamstring, that's a great stretch too. But if you can get to the shin, even better. And take another breath here. So you want to hold these stretches, maybe even a little longer than we're holding them, to really allow the muscles to soften and relax. And then put that foot down, extend your leg back up to the ceiling. We're going to do a few kicks. So just down and lift and down, and you can point and flex. And you decide if you're pointing and flexing, change it up and flex and point, right? Flex up, point down. And then keep your leg up, reach way up to your ankle or wherever you can, lift your head, pull that leg towards you, straightening that opposite leg again. And then bend your knee and lay back down. All right, so bring the other leg in, give it a hug, center yourself on your mat, stretch that leg up to the ceiling, and bend your knee. Flexing to go up, stretching out the calf, and back. So when you think of flexibility, stretching the hamstrings, don't forget about the rest of your body because it affects your flexibility in your hamstring. So your calves, if they're tight, that's going to make a big difference on how much flexibility you have in your hamstring and hip. So we're going to go up all the way here. Reach up, grab your ankle, and pull that leg towards you. Let's bend the other knee like we did on the other side. Cross your ankle over your right thigh. Shake that knee out a little bit. Shake, shake. Easing your bones into their joints. And then reach through the center. Pull your right leg in towards you into this figure 4 stretch. Take a breath here. And really allow your breath to help you let go of those tight muscles. Again, you can hold the hamstring if that's as far as you can reach. Take another breath. And try not to fight the stretch. Really allow yourself to relax into it. And then put that right foot down. Extend that leg back up to the ceiling. We're going to curl up and give that leg a pull. Stretching that opposite leg out long again. Give it a nice pull towards your nose. And then bend your knee, lay back down, and bring both knees in towards you. So we're going to hold on to your kneecaps and circle your knees away and around, away from center and around. So before we start strengthening, you want to loosen things up, right? And then reverse this circle out and around, and out and around, and one more time. Stretch both legs up to the ceiling, open them out to the side, pressing into your calves or inner thighs, flex and point a couple times, bring it back to center, and bend your knees. Do that again, all the way up, open those legs out, and press. Try not to lift your hips, bring those legs back together, and bend your knees. And then we'll just come up to a tabletop position. So arms at your sides, flex your feet here, and we'll start to work the core. Tap your right heel down and bring it up. Left heel down and bring it up. So breathing as you move, you're going to inhale to lower, exhale to bring it up. Every time that knee comes up, make sure your knee tracks right over your hip bones so that you get more of your core involved. So we're not moving the upper body yet, just working on the low core. The low core is going to support your low back. Couple more. And then stay here at the top and just bend your knees, pull those legs in close. We'll lift your head, lift your shoulders, round your spine, getting your upper abs involved now. And then lay back down. Slide your hands under your heads, coming back to your tabletop position. Flex your feet. We'll add the upper abs to this. So a big breath in first. Exhale, curl forward, and we'll do the same leg movement. Tap and tap and tap. And the further you tap your heel away from you, the harder it's going to be. So keep it going and keep thinking about using less quads, less hip flexors, more glutes, more hamstrings. And then you'll use your core more. Couple more here. Last one, bend your knees, stay here, reach around, hold your hamstrings, pull yourself forward, stretching your upper back, turn your head one way and the other, and back and forth, checking in with your neck, and lay back down, give those knees a hug. All right, so stretch one leg out long, let's say your left leg's long, bending your right knee again, we'll circle this right thigh around in the hip joint, loosening up your glutes, loosening up your hips, your low back, and we'll go the other way, coming around and around. Couple more. And then bring your leg to the ceiling. Now, if you can't straighten all the way up, just bend the knee a little bit or take your leg a little bit lower. But we're going to cross and circle. Right? Around, breathing. Last one. And the other way, open and around. So if you feel like you're starting to grip in the hip, it's not going to benefit you in any way. So you'll want to bend the knee a little bit. Stop here at the top, bend your knee, bounce your heel on your bottom, and then we'll extend that leg all the way up to the ceiling, curl forward, grab your hamstring, push your leg away from you, let it start to lift you as you climb all the way up, and then curl back and climb down, down, till you're laying down on your mat. Let's bend the knee for a moment. We're going to do that again. Extend the leg, chin to chest, lengthen the back of your neck, and then climb all the way up and sit up tall. When you get here, we'll give that leg a little pull and reach it. Even if it doesn't move at all, pull that leg towards you, keeping your chest open and your neck long. And going back again to the mat, climb down all the way, bend your knee, and replace that leg on your mat and shake it out. So let's bring the opposite leg in, arms on your mat, keep the chest open, and we'll circle the right leg around, or the left leg, whatever leg you're on. And then going the other way, loosening up the hip, loosening up the low back, the hamstring, and then stop, extend that leg high. Remember, you can lower it a little, crossing it over and around. Trying not to move your shoulders, trying to keep that leg on the mat nice and still. We'll stop at the top, go the other way, use your inner thigh to get across, lifting your hip. And 2, and 1. Bend your knee, center yourself if you've gotten a little sloppy on the mat. Extend that leg high, curl forward, get close to your leg. Press your leg away from you, let that start to lift you, and then climb, 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 all the way up. Curl back to climb back down, till you're laying down on the mat, and back up again, breathing as you move. Stay here at the top, give that leg a good pull, and reach, and again pull, and reach. Start at low belly to curl back, climb down. And bend your knee, extend that leg onto your mat, and shake it out. So bend your knees now, arms at your sides, press into your mat with your feet, and curl the hips all the way up into a bridge. And then roll yourself back down. So now we're strengthening glute max. Go on up all the way again. And roll back down. So it's really important to keep your glutes strong, like I said earlier, in order to support your back muscles, to support your spine. And again, if you're having back pain, make sure that you pay some attention to strengthening your glutes. All the way back up again. Stay up here at the top. We're going to lower one hip down and bring it up, and lower the other hip down and bring it back up. So when you lift the hip, push through the foot to lift the hip. So down, push through the foot to lift the hip. Do that again. Lower and lift. So one side at a time, down. And you'll get to know which side is weaker. Very common to have a weaker side. Don't be alarmed. Just pay some attention to it and work on getting that side stronger. Stay here at the top. You're going to take both arms up and back, get a nice big stretch here. Roll yourself down all the way. Straighten your legs out and just let yourself stretch. Take your arms wide and around. Bring your knees to you, stretching your hips again. So all the time, strengthen and then stretch. And do it again, strengthen and stretch. Come on up to sitting, and we'll stretch forward over the legs all the way. So roll yourself back up. Let's come around to your hands and knees. So make sure your knees are right under your hips, hip width apart, arms are hip width apart. Round your spine, inhale to round, and then exhale to arch. And do that again. Inhale, tuck your tail, hang your head. Exhale, arch the spine. And one more time, round. Did I already say one more time? We say one more time often. So come to a neutral position here and extend your right arm out in front of you and your left leg back. So here's your core work, right? Tap down and lift it all up. So not only are you working your core, you're working your glute of your lifted leg. And balance, all kinds of things going on here. Shoulder stability, Down and lift, down and lift. Keep it going, harder than it seems. 3 here, 2, and then 1. Keep it all up. We're going to bring your elbow to your knee all the way in and extend. All the way in. So what brings your knee in is your core and your breath. So inhale, exhale, reach. Twice more. Hold everything here. Hold it here. Take your arm out to the side and your leg out to the side and bring it all back. Twice more. Out and bring it back. Last one. Out. Bring it back. Put it all down. And we'll sit back in a quick child's pose. Reaching out through the arms. Hang your head. And then we'll come up again onto all fours. So again, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, extending your opposite arm, your left arm, and your right leg. Tap down and lift. Keep your head pulled back on your neck, your belly button pulled towards your spine, and keep your hips square so they're even. Glute work, core work, shoulder stability. Then keep it all up. Bring your knee to your elbow, round your back, reach it long. Inhale and breathe out. Keep it going. Remember, your belly brings your knee in. Last one. We'll hold this out. Take the arm to the side and the leg to the side and bring it back. 2 more here. Last one. Stay here. Put it all down. Sitting back in a child's pose. Stretch it all out. So taking a deep breath in your child's pose. Uncurl your spine. Sit up nice and tall. And let's stretch the front of the thighs for a moment. Take your hands behind you. Lift your hips off your heels. And then just lower your hips back down. And do that again. Lift the hips. So the quads get super tight. If they're tight, you're not going to be able to get to your core. You're not going to be able to let those hip flexors go. So we always want to stretch them. And then we'll lay on your side. So prop yourself up on your hand. Bring both knees in towards you. Put your other hand on the mat in front. And just keep your heels together. We're going to open the knee back and bring it down. So we've all done these before. Strengthening glute medius, which is the side, your hip, side of your bottom. Such an important muscle to be strong in order to get out of your back. So write that down. Keep it going. Back. And you kind of can never do too many of these. That's a weird sentence, but you kind of can never do too many of these. Press. And keep your knee open and press back from there. Now make sure you're in neutral spine, that you're not tucked, that your sits bones are reaching back and your belly is lifted in front. Don't get all scrunched up here in the neck, but keep yourself long, up in front. So your butt should be burning at this point. If not, keep going. But we're going to do something else. We're going to stop here, bring your knee to your shoulder, and then tap your knee to your knee. So knee to shoulder, knee to knee, knee to shoulder. Again, glute strengthening, so important for your back strength. Let's do 4 here, 3, and 2, and relax it down and swing yourself around to the other side. You're gonna prop yourself, actually we'll come down, knees in line, open up the top knee and down. Make sure your hands on the mat, the whole setup like we did on the other side, right? Zipping up in front, sits bones reaching back, neutral pelvis. Keep it going, press, working glute medius. You can impress your friends, tell them you're working your glute medius. Talking anatomy is always very impressive to me. And then keep the knee open and just press back and back and back and back. You can always wrap a TheraBand, a weighted, not weighted, but a thick TheraBand around to make this a little more difficult if you find this easy. And then we'll go knee to shoulder, knee to knee, knee to shoulder, knee to knee. Keep it going. Make sure you're breathing. That rotation is so important, right? Keep your hips mobile. 4 here, 3, and 2, and relax it down. So straighten those legs out, shake them out a little bit, and then come on up to sitting, and we'll just stretch that out. So sitting cross-legged, take your arms out in front, stretch out your hips. Your hips are gonna need it after that exercise. Uncurl your spine and just switch your cross and stretch forward again all the way. Hang your head. This should feel so good after that exercise. And then roll yourself back up. Let's do a little twist to one side and a twist to the other. And come back to center. So that should get you started on strengthening the muscles that support your back. So do those every day. It should make a big difference. Thanks so much for coming.